is my new baby. Do you guys remember me telling you about Evie, my daughter's cavoodle, who was pregnant? She was pregnant to one of my teacup poodles. And here we have teacup cavoodle. Look, isn't she tiny? This is Holly. She's 8 weeks old. Hey, Holly. So yeah, teacup cavoodle. She'll probably only get to about maybe 2.5 kilos, 5 pounds. So pretty small for a cavoodle. She's gorgeous. Lucy, come here, baby. Come, Lucy. Come, Lucy. Come on, Lucy. Come and say hello to everybody. Come here. Come here. Jump up. Oops. Come here. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. This is little Lucy. She's my other baby that I'm keeping from this year. She's a teacup poodle. She's apricot. Aren't she's 12 weeks. Are you playing peekaboo? Peekaboo. She's gorgeous too. My 2 new babies. G'day guys, welcome back. Welcome to Pouring Your Heart Out. And today I'm going to do a resin pour. Yay! And I thought I'd do something a little bit different. I'm going to see what kind of reactions I get with a white pigment paste in my resin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put navy blue around the outside. I'm using this one here by Artisue Creations. It's Deep Azure. No, it's not. Azurite. Azurite. It's a dark blue. This one is Iceland White by Artisue Creations. I just opened it this morning and I thought, gee, that's a big bottle, but it's only half full. So it's probably like that amount. So they must have run out of normal size bottles, I guess. So it's not as big as that. I should leave the lid off. And then, yep, that's my navy. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Gorgeous. And then what else have I got? I've got a sky blue, which is a shimmery blue by Artisue. Oops, I better open it over here. Look at that. So those are my colors. All right. And then I may use some of my clear crushed mirror. So I'll get started so I'm not taking up too much of your time, and then I'll talk to you as I'm going along. I'm using the Stone Coat Countertops Art Coat. Heap teaspoon, these are little baby teaspoons. Heap teaspoon of the navy. And let's pop the lid back on there. And I'll wipe that. Now these coasters here, I've gone through with my bit of tape and I've gone over the whole thing with my tape just to pick up, look at all that. You can see all that stuff on there. You wouldn't know it was there, but it's there. So pick up all your little bits and pieces. Now that's for my white. This one is going to be for my blue. So let's do another teaspoon of blue, nice heap teaspoon of blue, pale blue. I'm not quite sure how much I'm going to use of this white pigment paste. We'll see what happens. I'm not sure. Got my resin here. Now I'm just going to pour a little bit in first into the mica so I can make a paste. Then it doesn't fly all over the place. It's just a bit easier. Oops, I've got it. Oh, look at that. I'm making the mess. I've got it all over my bench there. Okay. And that's the white. That's my clear. And this one is for my rock. Rightio. Let's start mixing these up. See, when you only put a little bit of resin in like that, it doesn't fly up and out of the cup as much, you see. If you just put a little bit in. Like when you're making a cheese sauce or a white sauce. And you add just a little bit of liquid. And then you don't get the lumps, do you? So I'm hoping that, oops, that one flew up a little bit. I'm hoping that I'm going to get some pretty reactions with the white, because it's the white, you know, when you have those 3D flower sort of effects when you do your coasters. So I'm hoping that maybe I'll get like a pretty effect. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't want to put too much white in because I don't want it to be too heavy and all sink to the bottom. I want it to kind of still float around on top and mix with the other colors. I don't want it all just to drop to the bottom, which is what it usually does when you use the white pigment paste. Okay, so half full now with my navy. Love this color. It's the first time I'm using it. When I did my navy pour the other day, I had to use sapphire and then black to make my own navy. This is gorgeous. Looks like it might have a hint of like a purple tone, not sure. Pretty. And then of course the lighter blue. It's nice just having a contrast, isn't it? But sort of in the same shade. Like, you know, you don't want bright blue. I see these sort of both in a similar sort of a shade, even though one's dark and one's light. They're both the same sort of hue. Now that one's going to be my white, so let's pop half a cup in. So these cups hold 120 mils or 4 ounces. Oh, I shouldn't have put the stick in. Let me wipe that. So, so I've got about probably 50 grams in there, just under 2 ounces. Let's just do that. Just whatever's on the end of my little stick there. This is a little baby stick, this one. I've got 3 different sizes of sticks, but this is the small one. And as I said, I don't want to make it too opaque because then it's heavy and it just sinks to the bottom. I want it to be able to mix with the other colors and kind of, you know, float on top a little bit. I don't want it all sinking to the bottom, but we'll see. It may still sink. I can just see the stick through there. I don't want it too opaque. I guess if it's a bit too opaque, you can always add a little bit more resin. I don't want to put too much in for now. We'll just see. I can always do these coasters again if I'm not happy with the first result. Hey. Right, that's for my clear. Let's put half a cup in for now and keep the rest. And then this will be for my crushed mirror. I got this on eBay, but I think you can actually buy it. It says on here IKEA, but I guess it depends what country you're in. You know, I'm in Australia. 1, 2, 3, 4 shakes. 4 shakes of a lamb's tail. That's what they say, isn't it? That's a lot. Actually, that's a lot. We don't need that much. Too late now. Should have just gone with my teaspoon and popped it in with my teaspoon rather like I normally do it, instead of just shaking it in. So mix that into a little paste, and that's just going to be my center. And then of course I'll do silver edging because I've got this, it's mirror, so it has like a little, you know, mirror effect on one side. Rightio. Make sure we're all stirred and ready to go. And here we go. Start with, actually I'll put you guys out of the way so that I don't knock you over, because I probably will. Everybody get out of the way. Everybody move out of the way. There we go. Okay, now I can move. Here we go. Little bit of navy around the edge. And we go. And I think half a cup is just enough to go around all of them. when I have my 6 coaster set, I need about 2/3 of a cup to go all the way around, I've noticed. I'll put a little bit more on. I want them to be predominantly blue. Don't mind if I don't end up having a clear center. I'm just trying to see what effect I'll get today with this white. Okay, I think that's about equal. Does that look about equal? That'll do. Got a tiny little bit left. I don't need any more. Put that cup on a piece of paper towel, so if it drips, it's going to drip on the paper towel and not onto my table. Now, the next one, I'm going to just do a puddle of the white, and I'm hoping when I put, am I going to do clear? No, I think I'll do the blue. Hopefully when I put the blue on top, it'll push the white up and over the navy, and then when it pushes or kind of pulls back into the center, then I'm hoping I'm going to get that pretty striated effect, but with white mixing with the navy. All right, I think that's enough. I don't need any more. Just because you make it up doesn't mean you have to use it, hey? Okay, here we go with the blue. Now I'm going to go from up high and try and push it out. It's not really pushing out. Go! I'll use up all that light blue. And then when I put the clear on, hopefully that will push it. Now don't scrape your cups. These have got wax on the inside, so I think it's best not to scrape them. Okay, here we go with the clear now, pushing everything out. Okay, so that I've got to the edges there now. So hopefully that's going to, when it comes back in, bring some nice colors and effects with it. So right out to the edge. This is going to be a quick video by the looks of it. I haven't torched yet. Don't let me forget to torch. Right, back over to the edge. I'm going to leave just a little bit of clear left to put over the top of my crushed rock. Out towards the edges. Now, just see who needs a little bit more. Fill them up a little bit. You never know, I may have a clear center. You never know. Now, where's the white? Where did you go, white? What's the bettings? There's a big puddle of white underneath. We'll see. We'll see. It's a bit early to tell just yet what it's going to do. Now, I was going to fill up my little cup again with the rest of my resin. And then I'm going to add the crushed rock in the middle. That's empty now. That was good measuring, Julie. It's all gone now. I'm going to wipe my stick. I like to use my stick again because if it's sealed with resin there, it doesn't release all those bubbles when you mix like a fresh timber stick. It releases all these bubbles. So, and then you get more bubbles in your resin. So I keep my stick, I just wipe it. And then I don't get the bubbles. Now I'm going to use my teaspoon. Where did I put that? Let's clean it off. And let's put a teaspoonful in the middle. At least if you do it this way, it's all contained and you're not going to drip it anywhere else. And you should get the same amount in all of them. A little bit more. And that's it, all gone. Now, to poke the stone down, I'm just going to pour a little bit more clear over the top, just to kind of push that rock down, because I don't want it sticking up. And that blue is just going to come back in again. Goes out and it comes back in. Whoops, you're poking up a lot. You are. Get in there. Okay. Now I'm just going to take them back up to the top of the coaster mold. Just pour a little bit more in. Okay, we're pretty much to the tops now. You're full, you're mounding, or doming I should say. It's getting a rounded edge on the top of the coaster mold, so that when you do demold, you don't get that lip if you filled it up enough. Okay, that is done, and I've got no rock sticking out. All right, let's torch. Nice and quick for bubbles. Not sure what it's going to do yet. It's not looking as if it's kind of doing anything terribly interesting at the moment, but it's early days. I was hoping that the white was going to be prominent and have, you know, little white striations, but I don't know if it's going to do that. Is that a hair? Yes. Bits everywhere. All right, I need to do one more torch and then get these babies covered so that we don't get any more fluff in there. Can you see from where you are, can you see the striations that are happening? See those dark lines? Those look pretty. I think that might be a little bit of glass poking up. Let's just poke you back down again. Don't want any bubbles. All right, I'm going to take you down for a close up. Actually, maybe that's a little bit of glass there still poking through. I'm going to make sure, if you look right, you know, across the top, get down low, look across the surface. With a light, there's a light behind me there, and so I can see if there's anything poking through the surface. All right, but that's looking good so far. I am going to turn my ring light off because it's very annoying and I'm trying to show you close-ups. I'll just turn it off. All right, let's come around here. Oh, I've got an overhead light. All right. Trials. Okay, on autofocus. Now, can you see? I know it's a little bit dark, but look at the striations. Oh, look, there's a bit of white. I can see some white as I'm getting closer and zooming in. And look, there's a little bit of clear in the center. You can see through to the pink. I wonder if that'll stay. Hope so. And there's the other one. Look at the edge there on the left. That might be, is that light blue or is that white? Not sure. Not sure. Actually, it looks as if, doesn't it look as if the center's got white in it? It does, doesn't it? It seems to be the white's coming into the center. But look at the striations, you guys. Look at them. I don't know if that's what you call them. You know those patterns there? I don't know. What's a good name for them? Striations? I don't know. If you know what those are called, let me know, because I have no idea. Oh, so pretty. All right, I'm going to be checking on these babies every half an hour. And see the white? The white's going wispy on top. Oh, it's exciting. I'm keen to see what these are going to do. All right, I'll leave you there. I'll come back. And if they do a lot, I might video a change and add it to the video. But if not, I'll just see you tomorrow for the unmolding, okay? All right. Oh, this is exciting. I love these so far. All right. See you soon. So this is a few hours later. And it's kind of got some white around the edges, which is a bit strange. I kind of wish there was a bit more of the white. I guess that's the Iceland white that's kind of making that little effect. It's not as much on this one here, and that one hasn't got much either, so I mustn't have put as much white into those ones. I probably ended up putting more white in the first one. I think that's the first one I started with. I can't remember, but yeah, that's what they're looking like after a few hours. Looks as if we've still got that clear center, which will be nice. So yeah, we'll do the demolding tomorrow and see how they turn out. See you soon. Hey guys, it's the next day, and let's have a little look. I've had them covered. My plastic container. There we go. Oh, look at those. This one's got more white around it. I must have put more white into these two, and then as I've gone along, this one hasn't got very much white. So I actually don't know if I like that look. I mean, I know I wanted the white to give me some kind of little features, but I don't know if that's the feature that I wanted with the white around the edge. I probably would have preferred it just to be the blue, but let's have a look. Let's get them out. Got a clear center by the looks of it, because I can still see the pink. Come out nice and easily. Got my glove on so I don't leave fingerprints all over it. Oh, look at that. It looks even really prettier, doesn't it, once the pink's out of the way. I wish people would make white molds. I don't like them being pink and green. Like, you know, you want to see your colours. I reckon everyone should make white ones. That is so pretty. The white's just different. Like, I've never done anything that's had this, you know, white edge. Lovely clear center there. Got a little bit of white wispiness happening there. You can see the rock in the middle. Let's have a look at the back. Oh, well, that's different. Yeah, I don't know. That looks more like a real geode, doesn't it? You can certainly see the white coming through. So this is what I was hoping for on the top, having that white like that, but I must have put too much in, so it's sunk. Still really pretty though. All right, let's get the others out real quick. And then I'm going to paint them with some silver. There's that one. That one hasn't got as much white. See, none on the edges there, so I kind of like that too. I'll have to do another one with without the white, because I do actually really like that look. I don't think I like the back. We'll just have it as the front, hey? And because I filled my coaster molds right up to the top. See, there's no lip at the back, so there's nothing to sand. But if you had not filled them up to the top, you might have had a lip at the back there that you would have had to sand. So yeah, that's why I like to fill them to the tops. Really pretty, aren't they? Love those effects we're getting. And I would have got those effects with or without the white. But I don't know, what do you think? Do you like that white edge or not? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my Krylon leafing pen, but I'm going to dip it into my Montmartre silver. And I use this glove because it's already got paint all over it. Give it a good shake. And the other little tip is, which I find very helpful, is if you just pour a little bit, just a drop, into your lid, it makes it much easier to actually, I can get the lid off, makes it easier to actually paint, because then you just have to dip the edge in there. Now I'll take you back off autofocus, because I've worked out that if I take you off autofocus I don't have that problem. I'll try not to have that problem anyway of focusing the background. Come on, making a liar out of me now. Okay, so I'm just going to dip my nib into there. It's a little bit out of focus, but this hopefully is going to be focused. It just makes it easier if you're dipping into like something a bit shallower that you're not going to, you know, dip your whole pen into. And you just make a little line like that, just paint it on all the way around. It's pretty easy to paint these coasters because they've got smooth edges. It's not like a homemade mold that's got like little rock edges. Might have little crevices and things like that. So this one's probably easier to paint. I won't do the whole thing, I'll just do a little bit and then I'll show you. Actually, yeah, let's do the whole thing. And I can show you the finished one at the end. It'll go pretty fast. We're supposed to be going out today to the local bird sanctuary. It's one of these huge like walk-in aviaries, and the birds come and land on you and you can feed them and all of that. It's about an hour away, and we're going to go and do that and have lunch out because my daughter Christy's up. She came up for a few days after my birthday, so we could do a few things, but it's just cold and rainy and overcast and nobody feels like going out today. You know, you want it to be a nice sunny day when you go out looking at birds, don't you? Okay, so that's the edge done. Now it's going to do the top edge. So with your little nib, sort of have it half on the top and half on the side, and then you can just run it around like that. Hardly takes any time at all, and you've got a nice little smooth edge to follow. Just don't put your glove into your paint like that. I go a little bit slower when I'm videoing because I'm watching through the screen as well as watching what I'm doing, so it takes me a little bit longer. But it's a pretty quick process because you've got that little edge to follow, and the nib just sort of hangs onto it. It's much, much easier, I find anyway, than using a paintbrush. Oh, that was the other thing. Now, I'm pretty sure you can buy these nib pens that are empty, and you can put your own paint in them. So if you don't have a Krylon silver pen, I've got silver, gold and copper, and then when they're empty I just dip them into a different paint. But if you don't have that, just buy the you can buy these empty. Yep, put your own paint in them and off you go. So there we go. What do you think? It's done. Really pretty, isn't it? So I'll go and do the rest of them. Actually, I need to put that. I haven't got my little cups to put them on. I'll go and find them. So I'll do the rest, and I'll show you the finished product soon. Stay tuned.